Hello, my happy crafters. It's Lonnie Spendlove with Creative Juice by Lonnie, and we are going to talk a little bit more about designer series paper and a fun way to use both sides. This design uses both sides of your designer series paper. Because it is the last week of our designer series paper sale, I did not want you to miss one mega pack that maybe you have not even recognized and why you might love it. So this is a sample from our, let's see, I used which paper on this one? Masterfully Made Designer Series paper. But the one that I'm going to make today is using the Delightfully Eclectic Designer Series paper. It is a mega pack of 48 pieces of beautiful double-sided paper. Usually it is $30, but on sale it's only $25.50 until the end of June. So let me show you something kind of fun about this particular set of patterned paper, our beautiful designer series paper. First of all, it is double-sided, so you can see these patterns. Let's see if I can pick it up without making a mess and turn it over. I don't know if I can. Woo! Almost. Almost got it there. So you can see all of those pretty patterns on both sides. But this one is kind of made, okay, I'm turning it back over, making a mess. I love it. That's kind of how life goes, isn't it? But there's some patterns in here that are kind of hidden. Most of our bundles, for instance, something that has a stamp and a punch or a stamp and a die cut, have coordinating paper, but there are a few new things that do not have coordinating paper, and this is a subtle nod to some of those particular fun projects or fun products in the catalog. So I wanted to show you some of these. For instance, this one right here, this is the super cool stamp set, and look at this. Here is our pretzel. So you've got that little nod to the super cool stamp set. You can see our paper used in action right here. That's a nice way to use that piece. I missed one. I missed two, apparently. Okay, let's go back here. Here you see it on page 41, just in a little corner. That is this little piece right here. You see that? So there's that little piece. You'll see it throughout the catalog as we go along here. Here's the next one. This is a piece that we're going to use today. It's also used on our bunny card on page 51. This one is the Just My Type stamp set, and we've got some typography right here. So you could use those two in conjunction with each other. This one is not an exact match, but I love this bottled happiness. These delicate designs are kind of mimicked here in the same blue and pink, navy pink brush freesia there. See if I've missed any others. Oh, yeah. This bold pattern right here, you're going to see on page 97 along with the In the Moment stamp set. How about this one? This one, let's find that. That's the back, I think, of this one right here. Look how pretty this plaid is, and it's on that one. And then finally, there is this pattern right here with the kind of geometric cross. It matches one of our punches, our new punches that is the inked and tiled punch. So there's that little subtle nod to all of those different new products in the catalog with some designer series paper that's not necessarily meant just for a suite of products, but that might be very handy in getting some coordination with those other products. So today we're going to use a bubble bath piece of card base some garden green. This garden green is cut 4 inches by 5 1/4. This is a very simple card. I love simple cards, so hopefully you do too. And then a piece of that designer series paper. I went for the floral with the stripe on the back because if you know me, you know that I love to combine stripes and florals. So it's one of my favorite pattern combinations. You'll need a couple of scraps of garden green and bubble bath too. But this can be done with any designer series paper. If you have a light background, you might want to, on your designer series paper, like white, you'll want the layer to be pull a darker color from your pattern. If it's a dark background, say this one, you'd want to choose a lighter pattern for your first layer. All right. Then you will use your trimmer and cut your 3 3/4 by 5-inch designer series paper. You're going to just line up both points along the cutting track, and that's our scoring blade. We'll move it out of the way. Cut it that way, and then turn it the other opposite direction. Very simple, very easy, very quick. And I have a lot of thank you notes to send to members of my team who gave me a beautiful gift basket this weekend at our retreat. And I wanted to thank those who helped to gift that to me. So I'm going to be using this one for that. You'll see in my first sample, I'll move this over, I lined up all of these pieces right next to each other. So each edge butted up right next to each other. But on this one, I better move that out of the way so I don't get extra stuff on me. With this one, I'm going to give it a little bit of space in between each of the edges that I cut. So I'm going to do the stripes on the sides and the floral on the top. I'm going to just kind of line it up like that. Then we'll do adhesive on the floral side so that when I turn it over and hear it, we see the floral side. So stripes, flip it over, and I've got my floral. Oh, yep, that's right. Oh, that one's a little tight squeeze. It looks like I should have moved the others down just a smidge. There are no mistakes in stamping, just an opportunity to embellish. So we'll just trim off a slight, teeny tiny bit so I don't have to unstick all those other pieces. Okay, that was maybe too tiny, but it'll work. Yeah, it's going to work. It's going to work because I said so. Okay, so there's our layer ready to go. And it's just going to bug me, I guess, until I fix it. Here's a little hint. If it gets really sticky, you can huff on the back like this. Release that piece of, or that sticky adhesive, and then you can reposition it a little bit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oops, but then I made a mess and broke this piece down here. There are no mistakes, only opportunities for embellishment. There's my secret. I never had a good piece of paper go to waste, so we're going to just make it work. Oh, I'm going to take the wrong one off. Ladies, gentlemen, keep me on track here. Well, okay. Well, it's going to work. And the reason I let you see all of my flaws is because I want you to say, I could do that better. And yes, you could. Come and join my team. Come become a sprinkled inker. That's my team name. It's such a fun time this weekend at our retreat. We laughed and stamped and got in the jacuzzi. Okay. We're almost there. Okay, I think I can see that now. I'm feeling better about that. Next, the last thing I'm going to do, well, not the last, almost the last thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to tie a ribbon around it. Could go either direction. I'm going to go, because my stripes go side to side, I want to put my ribbon up and down. Ribbon is like my signature piece of, in fact, I'm going to show you an easier way to do this. Not an easier, but a foolproof way of doing ribbon and having the bow exactly where you want it to be. So put a little adhesive on the back of that layer. There you go. We'll put this right onto our card before we tie our bow, because that gives us a sturdier base to kind of work with. Ta-da! We'll get our bubble bath base ready to go. Put the layers on top. Oh yeah, see, it shows up now. That looks good. And then the last thing, we need to do some stamping, of course. So I'm going to punch out 2 circles. Both of these circle punches are in the online store. And you can just search for circle punch. This is a 1 3/4 inch. And this is a 2 inch. So we have layers, a couple more layers. Stamp whatever you would like on the center. You can also do this as a square. You saw this one. This one's a square. I'm doing a circle for this one. One of my thank you cards. We'll just layer that together. Put it on with some dimensionals. And then all you have to do is add a ribbon. Make sure I've got that on. Oh, got it on the top and the bottom, and I need it on the side to side. Important to check your work. I'll put that right in the middle. With this one, I added another element using our new paper florist dies to make this cute little paper flower. But this one I'm going to keep simple because I have a bunch of them to make. So I'm just taking another piece of my ribbon and tying it onto the front of my card. Then that ribbon, the bow will move up and down. I'll show you how it's going to work in just a moment. How it can slide up and down because it's not tied to itself. It's just tied on the one that's perpendicular. Now, if I wanted to, I could move my bow anywhere I want it to go. But it does always make a perfect little bow. So there's our finished card for this one with the spaces in between it. This one's actually a better one. The first one I did. I'll show you that one. There you go. And then this one is one with the layers right next to each other of the Designer Series paper. How do you like that? I kind of liked that. I thought it was a fun little way to show both sides of the paper. You don't need much of it, just a 3 3/4 by 5 inch piece of your Designer Series paper. Diagonally cut from corner to corner twice. That's it. Easy peasy. Next week is July. In fact, the end of this week is July, but next Monday is July 3rd, I believe. And I will be here. I will be here live doing some more paper crafting. We're going to move into some other things next month. We've been talking all about Designer Series paper this month, so you don't miss your opportunity to get most of our Designer Series paper, including our Delightfully Eclectic and our Masterfully Made Designer Series paper at 15% off through the 30th. You can shop at my website, which is creativejuicebylani.com, and get those in your collection so you can make some beautiful, beautiful cards as well. Or use the ones you already have. You might as well just use it up. If you love it, chop it, right? That's our wonderful Kylie Bertucci, Australian demonstrator. She started that. So love it, chop it up, and use it. All right, go make something beautiful for someone you love today, and we'll see you next Monday.